Students, it's a small, short video to show some examples of the compound interest formula. Of course, the formula A equals P parentheses 1 plus R over N raised to the nth T. As we discussed, P is the principal of the present value, A is the amount in the account or the future value, R is the rate in decimal, T is time in years, and N is the number of periods in 1 year. So if we are compounding the money annually, we have 1 year in 1 year, of course, monthly, 12 months in 1 year, weekly, 52 weeks in 1 year, etc. So let's go ahead and do a couple of examples. Okay, just share the screen. And let's go ahead and try these examples. By the way, this is just a quick summary of what the formula is. I have this one example. Okay, find the final amount of money in the account. So you have it here. Something funny happened here. Anyway. Okay. Supposed to be an example. Anyway, so this is it. So let's go ahead and try this first one. By the way, I will try both. Okay, so 5.5 interest compounded semi-annually. Initial value length 9,200 over 5-year period. Example number 2, we're going to deposit $1,200 at 7% compounded quarterly. And we're going to see what will be the balance of the account after 5 years. Okay, so let's start with those two examples. Stop sharing. So A equals P parentheses 1 plus R to the N to the NT. The first example, this we're going to invest $9,200. Parentheses 1 plus. The rate was 5.5%, which is the same thing as 0.055 divided by 100, so 0.055. We're compounding this semi-annually. We have 2 blocks of 6 months per year. We semi-annually N equals 2, close parenthesis N times T, so it'll be 2 times. And we want to the over 5 years. So that will be it. We just simply have to punch in that in the calculator. You will notice that I prefer to just either put the parentheses or just simply say 2 times 5, of course, that will be 10. So let's see what we have. Share the screen. Let's go ahead and look for the calculator. This is what we have. 9,200 parentheses 1 plus 0.055 divided by 2 plus parentheses raised to the, here I'm just going to type 10. If I were to put 2 times 5, you better put parentheses 2 times 5, and then close parentheses. Or just calculate that first, and then you have to worry about placing those parentheses. So how much money the account will have? The 9,200 will grow to 12,067 and 19 cents. That will be the answer. Might as well let's try the second example since we have it here. Very similar. We just have to have, what do we have? We're going to deposit $1,200. So that will be $1,200 at 7%, 0.07. Compounded quarterly, 4 quarters per year. So N will be 4 times 5 years again. Yeah. So that will be it. Let's see how much we have. So let's go ahead and let the calculator do the work. So this time we're going to have The initial value will be $1,200, parentheses, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 4 raised to the, of course, 4 times 5, that will be 20. So the $1,200 will grow to 1697.73. That will be it. Let's go ahead and do two more examples. Sometimes we are interested, not necessarily what will be the balance after a certain number of years. Also, another application will be if we have X goal, namely how much money if I want to have by certain years, how much money I need to deposit today. In other words, there will be an application that we need to solve for the present value in order to achieve the proposed future value. What do I mean? Let me just go ahead and share the document, an example. Okay. Let's look at the example here, number 2. Jamal wants to save $54,000. That's his goal. He would like he checked things out and he found an investment that can earn 8.2%. And he would like to know how much money he needs to deposit today. So in 5 years, he'll be able to achieve $54,000. Same application, folks. Let's see what we have. So remember, the goal is to have our goal A. I'm going to stop sharing the screen in a few. So we have A equals P, parentheses 1 plus R empty. Notice that now he wants to have $54,000. That's his goal. However, he wants to know how much money he needs to invest today. Now the rate is 8.2%, so 0.082. Oh, this one is compounded daily, so 365 days in a year. Once again, N is 365 times 5 years. So that's what he needs to do. Okay, so let me stop sharing this. And so now we need to solve for P, not for A. So this is what we have. Notice, folks, if we can calculate this number, let's say we'll have 54,000 equals P times a number. I can divide by that number left and right, so I can solve for P. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to calculate how much is this ugly thing, so we can divide by that number. So in this case would be P is going to be $54,000 divided by whatever number I get in the calculator. Yeah. Let me just write the other answer, don't confuse it. So P is going to be equal to $54,000 divided by that number. And we just divide left and right. So let's see what we have. So first thing we are going to do is to calculate how much is that number by itself. So 1 parentheses, 1 plus 0.082 divided by 365 close parentheses raised to open parentheses 365 times 5. Okay, so the ugly numbers will be, I need to divide 1.50 divided by 1.7. Okay, so let's see how much is P. P will be equals to, notice folks in your calculators, the machines maintain the last entry. In my case, it's in the second negative. It says answer, ANS, that means answer. So I can just do my $54,000 divided by second answer, which is that number, equals to 35,000 38.76. So he needs to deposit $35,000, or let's say 36,000, almost $36,000 today. So in 5 years, at 8.2% compounded daily, he could get $54,000. That's it. So we saw for P. Let's do another example. I have it here, might as well. The goal is to have $2,600 in 11 years at 5.525% compounded monthly. So we need to know how much money I need to deposit today. Now, so A, the goal will be to have 2,600. B, I have no idea how much it is. That's what we're looking for. The rate is 5.25%, so that's 0.0525 compounded monthly, 12 months in a year, 12 times 11. And so if I want to solve for P, it's going to be 2,600 divided by that number. So let's see how much is that. First of all, let's go ahead and calculate that figure. How much is that? So it's parentheses 1 plus 0.0525 divided by 12 plus parentheses raised to parentheses, well, 12 times 11. I just put 1. Okay, so that's 1.779. So now we do $2,600 divided by that number. 2,600 divided by second answer. Voila. So we are required to deposit almost $1,500. We are supposed to be depositing just about $1,500. So in 11 years, we'll have $2,600 at 5.25% compounded monthly. This is the final answer. Thank you.